Perfect.
As fun as it is, there's something rather disturbing about ScreamRide.
Derailed.
Obviously, you aren't supposed to take the whole thing seriously, and the people you subject to horrible roller coaster tragedies seem to enjoy the whole thing. But man, what about those people walking around down there? What are they even doing walking around in this place of death? But I digress. Here's the deal. ScreamRide is split into 4 chunks: racing, demolition, engineering, and sandbox creation. Sandbox creation tools are locked behind gates that can only be opened by participating in career events. So, if coaster creation is your primary draw, get ready for some busy work.
Crash.
Now, picture a roller coaster that gives its riders a modicum of control over speed and balance. Coaster cars with brakes and accelerators, boosting capabilities, and so forth. This is the racing part, known as ScreamRiding. It resembles traditional racing apart from the obvious on-rails bit. You're an active participant, earning boost by pressing a button just as you near the end of a blue stretch of track, and using an analog stick to nudge the car left or right, either to keep the car on the track or to navigate the twists the game throws in. Early on, when navigation isn't so tricky, it's easy to enjoy the thrills. As your career continues, the thrills dissipate when you become more concerned with spotting where blue tracks end so you can earn a spot of boost. ScreamRide isn't really about the joys of riding roller coasters. It's about gaining as many points as you can and showing off your skills on the game's online leaderboards.
Your skill has been noted.
ScreamRide's biggest gameplay triumph is only tangentially related to roller coasters. The game is big on destruction. It wants you to see colossal buildings collapse into voxelized heaps. Demolition challenges are akin to a 3D version of Angry Birds. You launch a cabin from a rotating arm into arrangements of structures in the hope of causing a cavalcade of destruction and gaining points for it. Explosive barrels are tucked away in strategic places, and spires are placed to maximize damage if you bump them in just the right way. Annihilating a level is wholly satisfying. Monoliths topple onto other monoliths like a set of massive dominoes. You can always restart the level should you miss your target. Doing so causes demolished structures to be rebuilt as you watch. That could have been fun if it didn't cause the frame rate to hit rock bottom.
Extensive damage caused. Serial explosions detected.
You get your build on in ScreamRide's engineering challenges. These levels recall the developer's own Roller Coaster Tycoon series, plopping a coaster down on some terrain and asking you to complete it using a specific set of standards. There are some engineering control quirks to contend with, mostly to do with navigating between disconnected tracks, but the interface is otherwise commendable, and it's easy to test your coaster as you progress, and then return to construction, where you can add and twist tracks to your heart's content. The interface's usability is at its most apparent when you delve into ScreamRide's sandbox, which is overflowing with ways to build coasters and environments. Craft the island that your challenge rests upon with tiles of grass and metal. Delve into blueprints where you can find pre-fashioned constructs that help automate the process. ScreamRide asks a lot of a controller, but clear tooltips make the process as simple as you could ask for. All of this creation is in the service of a ScreamRiding, demolition, or engineering challenge. The sandbox's downfall is not in the breadth of its toolset, but in the limitations on how you use it. You cannot simply build a coaster, ride it, and share it for others to do the same. Not directly. There are some convoluted ways to get around the dumb restrictions, but ScreamRide's attitude is that roller coasters aren't fun enough on their own. It thinks the idea of creating and riding coasters for fun and sharing them isn't a good fit in a game about, well, creating roller coasters and sharing stuff. What ScreamRide doesn't do isn't as interesting of a subject as what ScreamRide does do. It turns roller coaster riding into a destructive blood sport in which you demolish buildings and ruin little computer people's lives for the inherent joy of it. Sometimes I think of all those digital men and women that went plummeting to their dooms, but at least they died doing what they loved.
New best screen rating. Mission successful.